Yeah.
Someone there?
One here. Go.
Just to cut the mic.
What?
Can't. Let me take a look at you have to
I mean, I want to say. A little bit more. Yeah, that should be cool. This is the Sabbath service, which you're supposed to keep. In the scriptures, it lets you know. This is one of the Lord's feast days. The seventh day is what the Sabbath of rest, and this is what it is today, where we have a holy convocation. So we're going to do the prayers, and then we're going to go into the law, and like we do every Sabbath.
Lord's Prayer, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, I.S.U.P.K, Shamka, Yahawah, Malachovka, Sabbath, Ratazaka, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'aratazah, Ba'al, Shemayim, the Fandanawa, the Cow, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Wala'ah, Tabi Ainawa, Wanasaya one, Abba, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahapapara, the Iwalamya, Amen.
In the English, our Father, art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever.
So be it. And the prayer for the power of the Hakah, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'akusha, the Fandanawa, Hakah, La'Pa'ah, Ka'Makala, Ka'Madawa, Hakah, La'Tahah, Hamatazarayim, Hakah, La'Hakwa, Hamafia, Hakah, Awakawa, Hatama'ala, the Garashon, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Wala Aman.
In the English, Yahawah, in the name of Yahawashi, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, all manner of disease,
and all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power
against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out,
in the name of Yahawashi,
thank you,
so be it. And the blessings, Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Milaka Allah.
Wa Milaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Bataz Ab Ya'ah.
Bataz Ab Ya'ah.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Allah Wap Yahanna.
Ha Allah Wap
Ha Allah Wap Yahanna.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Kwatazayanya.
Ha Kutuzayanyam.
Ha Kaliyanya.
Ha Kaliyanyam.
Wa Wap
Wa Wap Yahanna.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Wa Aman.
Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General
The
Yohanan.
generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. Thank you. So be.
So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'a Ayanya.
Asha'a Ayanya.
Al-Hahayim.
Al-Hahayim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
I.S.H.U.P.K.
Shemayim.
Shemayim. Wa'aratazah.
Aratazah.
Al-Gatan.
Al-Gatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawah.
Al-Yanawah.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawah.
Yanawah.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamah.
Shawamah.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaka.
Shemaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazaka.
Zalha.
Al-Yan.
Al-Yan.
Yanyanka.
Yanyanka.
Yawamah.
Yawamah.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ayakayaka.
Ayakayaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaka.
Yashemaka.
Makarai.
Makarai.
Yashama.
Yashema.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashama.
Yashema.
Taza'afka.
Taza'afka.
Wabawa-ayaka.
Wabawa Aika.
Ma'aika.
Aika.
I will love.
I belong.
Amen.
Amen.
Too much.
No, I'm
Sure, yeah.
in the English, Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
Unto the hills.
unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my
My
help?
help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber
shall neither slumber
nor sleep.
nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is a shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in
this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. So be it. Psalm 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayalaka. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Takarash.
Al-Fakarash.
Al-Tashakwat.
Al-Fashikwa.
Al-Kiyahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Wabdaka.
Awabika.
Yahamayawan.
Yahamayawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amaka.
Al-Aibaka.
Ayagamwa.
Yahaya Amra.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayafa.
Yawaitazawa.
Yawaitazwa.
Al-Tza Puwanika.
Altazwa. Pawandika.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Akawa.
Wanikakidem.
Wanakakidem.
Magaya.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazaka.
Yazaka.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Ayuda.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawaitazawa.
Aitazwa.
Laba.
Laba.
Lakadwa.
Kadwa.
Ayaka.
Alika.
Waya.
Waya.
Yakawakwa.
Yakawakwa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashima Alaya.
Yashma Adam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagayam.
Wahagayam.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Palishah.
Palishah.
Aimishabya.
Aimishabwa.
Kazawa.
Kazawa.
Gam Ashawa.
Gam Ashawa.
Lalawa.
Lalawa.
Aiman.
Aimam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zawawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Yuwat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishadaham.
Aishayam.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kayasa Sarah.
Kayasas. Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Balakar.
Balakor.
Kayashwan.
Kuyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Ashamadwa.
Bayandara.
Bayandara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
Adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayafamba.
The Dajabmawa.
Adayat Mawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakazabak.
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 Wakataza.
Wakataza.
Manai.
Manai.
Kaula Sayakamwa.
Sayakamba.
Asha.
Asha.
Aimawa.
Aimawa.
Nairasha.
Nairasha.
Lalawa.
Lalawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahayam.
Alahayam.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayakamba.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
The Panyaraka.
Panyaraka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Kaba'aya Yara.
Waba'aya Ra'a.
Sakya. Wakalaba.
Mukalaba.
Salahat.
Falahat.
Hayam.
Hayam.
Kaldamadakma.
Kanfaradatma.
Wasa Iraka.
Wasa Iraka.
Wabasa.
Wabazar.
Wapaka.
Wapaka.
Wabalaham.
Waban.
Malaha.
Malaha.
Hanyaham.
Hanyam.
Palawan.
Palawan.
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Ayam Kwashra.
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Yabaawa,
Yahweh,
I,
I,
Yakupawa,
Yakupawa,
Yabadwa,
Abadwa,
Yada
Aiwa,
Yada,
Yahweh,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabadka,
Badka,
Are you one? Alkaha,
Alkaha,
Rataza, Amen.
Amen. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy
O
silence.
Yahweh,
O
hold
Yahweh,
not thy peace,
hold not thy
and
peace,
be not still.
and be not still.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
thine
thine enemies
enemies
make it tumult.
make a tumult,
They that hate thee
and they that hate
have
thee
lifted up their head.
have lifted up their
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and have consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of
may
Israel
be no more in remembrance.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together,
But they have consulted
with
together
one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the
of
Ishmaelites
Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabor,
Gabor,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the
the
Philistines,
inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Asher also is joined
They
with
have
them.
opened the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto
and
them,
unto the
and
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
and to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
and to Jabin,
at the brook
at the brook
of Kison,
of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth,
Make their nobles like a rep,
made their nobles like a rep,
and like the earth.
and like Zayem.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their
as
princes,
the bar,
as the bar,
as Zalmunah,
and as Zalmunah,
who
who said,
said, let us take
let us take
to
to
ourselves the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh
the house of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stone before the wind,
as a stone before the wind,
as the fire burner for wood,
as a fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
are the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be.
So be it.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
the name of
in
Yahweh,
the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
right now.
send evils
Send evil
and curses
and curses
and punishment
and punishment
and destruction
and destruction
to the
to
heathen
the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the schools,
send evils
send evil
and curses
and curses,
punishment
and punishment,
and destruction
destruction
to the heathen,
and
shake loose
shake loose
the treasure
the treasure
of
of
the rich of Israel
the rich of Israel
that refuse
that
to
refuse
give to the school,
to give to the
force
school,
their riches,
force their
to
riches
enter into thy sanctuary,
to enter into thy sanctuary,
send evils
send evil
and curses
and curses,
punishment
and punishment,
and destruction to
destruction
the Edomites,
to the Edomites
and the nations,
and the nations
and their drug dealers,
and their drug
the court
dealers,
system,
the court
the
system,
prison system,
the prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our
Amalek
enemies,
synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies,
Catholic Church,
the Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux
Aryan
Klan,
Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
skinheads,
the gay movement,
the gay movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program,
NASA space program, Army,
Navy,
Air Force, Marines,
Wall Street, open up the internet,
and
and the airways,
the airways,
cable access channels,
the cable access
and
channels,
the radio channels,
convict the spirit,
of any of thy people,
of any of thy
that
people
seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction,
and bring to destruction
all the heathen,
all the heathen
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
and try to stop us,
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your words,
from broadcasting your word
throughout the planet earth,
throughout the planet.
let loose
All the plagues,
cause them to go
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth,
and
consume them, let the plagues
let the plagues
shake the house,
of
the feet,
the thief
and the murderer,
and the murderer,
let Yahushua,
let Yahweh,
Michael,
and
and
Gabriel
come down,
to
the flying saucers,
the flying saucers
and punish all the heathen,
and punish all the
that
heathen
come up against
that
us,
come up against
and
us
to speak thy word,
and to speak thy word,
cause it to be known
cause to be known by
that
all
is the angels
that is the angels
that have done it,
it,
cause it to be spread
cause to be spread
through the media,
through the media
throughout the whole world,
throughout the whole world,
cause them to shake up thy coming.
Cause of the shirk that coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua. Thank you.
Always.
So be it. I'm going to bless Israel Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua. Barakana.
Barakana.
Wahabaya. Sapaya. Barakapah. Aiden.
All Israel.
Hashem Yahushua. The one Aman. And what we said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and school. Bless your shield. Protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So with that, can we see the right camera real quick? It's looking like.
It's 12. Yeah, it's 12. Let's go on Leviticus 11 chapter. It means there's they got these Chinese got this coronavirus going on, and this is why we ain't supposed to follow the heathens, man. We got a dietary law, man. We have a dietary law, and the dietary law is in place so you don't get corona disease, man. So you don't get diabetes from eating pork and all these next diseases that comes with it. So you don't get tapeworm and all these things, man. People think the dietary law is just in there for no reason. Listen, the Lord put it in there so you don't get tapeworm. You know, people have worms. The Lord don't want you to have tapeworm and worms and your insides are rotten and everything, man. The dietary law is there for a reason. But obviously, these damn heathens ain't got the dietary law. It's not for them. So this is why now, all of them Chinese people is dying, man. The death toll went up to what, 27 people this morning. The death toll went up to 27 people this morning. And what they said on the news was 2,000 people that travelled to the UK. They need to trace them to test them for the virus because they've come from Wuhan or wherever the hell it was. It 100, whatever. I don't know what the hell it is. All I know is a place that black people don't need to go. Honestly, a black man in China, there's nothing. Well, why would a black man even be in China? What's the reasoning? Like, why? There's some places you don't go. Like, why would a black man need to be in China? Like, what's the reason to be there? I don't understand. But you know what? We want to dabble in a bit of everything, so you know, probably someone will stay. Yeah, but basically they said they could have caught it from eating what, bat soup. They could have caught it from eating bat soup and all these next things to eat. They had a market where they were selling snakes and rats and bats and all these next things. I mean, eating those things, common sense should let you know you're not meant to consume them things. But Chinese people don't have common sense. Whereas black man, the Lord gave you laws which would make you have common sense. The Lord gave you laws, so you should have common sense by default. So you're meant to read these things and not do what these heathen do. Go ahead.
Leviticus 11 and 1, yeah? Wayad bar Yahweh al Shema Wa'al Aharon, what's that, Aaron, yeah? La Amar Alaham the Bawa al
so the bar means to speak. So this is the Lord saying, speak to the children of Israel, man, telling them, yo, these are the things they can eat. These are the things that they can't eat. Go ahead.
Ban Yasha'ala.
Ban Yasha'ala means sons of Israel. Go ahead.
La Amar Za'ah Hakaya Ashar Za'akal Makal Haba Hama Ashar Al Ha'arataza.
Listen, whatever that said, that said, don't be eating no bat soup. Whatever it said, it sounded like, don't eat no bat soup. Don't be eating Chinese food and what Chinese people eat. That's what I got from that. Go ahead. After that, we're going to go into the English, but go ahead.
Kal Mapasa, Kal Maparasa, Parasa, Washa, Sa'aita, Shata'ai, Parasa, Ma'aila, Gara, Baba Hama, Atha, Ta'akawa, Aka, Za, La'a, Ta'akala, Mama Ailaya, Hagara, Wamama Hasaya, Hapa Rasa, Hagamala, Kaya, Ma'ailaha, Gara'a, Wahawa, Wapa Rasa, Aya Nanawa, Mapa Rayas, Tamar, Hawa'a Lakam,
So this right here, this is the dietary law in Hebrew. So this is Leviticus, the 11th chapter in Hebrew. So how the brothers reading it is how Moses laid it back out to the Israelites. Because this is what we were speaking at the time in Hebrew. But due to us being enslaved, our culture and our language beaten out of us, and forgetting our own language, our language being stripped of us. So now this is why we read it in the Hebrew and in the English, whereas back then we would have just been speaking and reading in Hebrew. Go ahead. So this right here is so you don't forget your culture, so you always have a part of your culture, so you know that your tongue's Hebrew, and then there's certain little words. Now you're not going to understand everything in it, but there's a certain few words that you always remember, like this means such and such and whatnot. So that's why we do it in the Hebrew, just so when our kids grow up, they do the same thing, and we keep our culture, which they try to take away from us. So that's why we read 7 verses in the Hebrew, then we read it in the English. Obviously, you're going to understand it in the English because that's the tongue that we speak today. That's the tongue that you've been speaking from you've been born and whatnot. Whereas in our kingdom, we understood Hebrew, so if anyone came to us with English, we wouldn't understand the word of it. But due to being conditioned in this place, we know English fluently and whatnot. But go ahead.
Wa'af, Hashapan, Kaya, Ma'ila, Gara, Hawa'a, Waparasa, La'a, Yapa, Rayas, Tama'a, Awa, Lakam, Wa'af, Ha'a, Ranyata, Kaya, Ma'ila, Gara, Hawa'a, Waparasa, La'a, Paparayasa, Tama'a, Hawa'a, Lakam, Wa'af, Hakazaya, Kaya, Mapa Rayas, Parasa, Hawa, Washa, Sa'ai, Shasa'ai, Parasa, Waha, Wa'a, Gara, La'a, Yagara, Tama, Wa'a, Lakam. No, 7, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead. Now we're going to read it in the English, yeah? Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Listen, these are the beasts that ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the face of the earth. Listen, the Lord's telling you right here, if you don't want the coronavirus, don't eat certain things, but these ones you can eat. If you eat these ones, you'll be fine. But if you eat the ones that I tell you not to eat, there's consequences and you're going to get diseases. And guess what happens? Plenty of our people die from diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, they eat pork. And guess what happens? When they die, you be at their funeral crying, saying, Lord, why did you take my loved one away? Listen, man, the Lord told you in Leviticus 11th chapter, don't eat pork, man. Your loved one could have been here if they just listened. If they just obeyed God, your loved one wouldn't need to have their leg amputated from eating too much pork, man. Wouldn't have to inject themselves every single day. But because obviously we don't follow God's laws and we want to eat whatever tastes good to us, like that video with Little Boosie, did you see it? Little Boosie, someone told him he can't eat pork. He put his middle finger up to God and said, "Yo, he's going to eat pork and he's going to eat pork as long as he wants and whatnot." And he put his middle finger up, and these Christians was losing their mind about it. Like, I'm sure you got to understand this. He's a brother in the world, and really, the truth be told, Little Boosie don't even know what God we serve. Like when black men do things like that, they don't even know that God's a black man. That's what you have to take into consideration first. Usually they think God's some white man and whatnot, and they think God's all friendly and forgiving and loving. That's their perception of God. That God's someone who he understands those no other food, so you have to eat the pork. That's the God that's what the world thinks. That's what the world thinks. The world thinks that when you Israelites say God's only dealing with you, the world thinks, well, anybody can serve God as long as they love Him. And how do you love God according to the world? Just say you love Him. That's how they think how you love God, by just saying you love God, not realizing the way you love God is your actions and keeping His commandments. That shows real love. I mean, it's like a man who loves his wife. If you love your wife, you make sure what? She don't go out dressed like some whore. You make sure she ain't behaving like some whore. You make sure she's ain't doing no things that whores do. Going out in a miniskirt and underwear and underneath. Or you make sure she ain't doing none of that stuff. Now, a man can say he loves his wife, but if she's allowing her to go out dressed like that, like, well, this is what Edomites think. An Edomite's wife would be a stripper, and he will say he loves his wife, but he has her swinging from the pole. Listen, in the black community, that ain't love, man. That ain't love. Love is this. You ain't gonna be no stripper, man. You ain't swinging from no pole to no next man. That's what love is, but obviously most people don't know what love is. People think love is just a feeling. And this is why our divorce rate's through the roof, because we've been taught that love's a feeling. We've been taught that love is something you just say when times are going good, and then you hate them when times are going bad, and whatnot. That's what we've been taught by reason.
Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed.
Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed. Now, cloven foot is it's a foot which is like a sheep's foot. You see it, and it's like this a bit. You know, the one it looks like this a bit. Just Google a picture and it'll show you what a cloven footed is. So it has to be cloven footed. Now, animals which don't have cloven footed is things like rabbits don't have a cloven foot.
Right. Camels have toes.
Camels don't have a cloven foot. But also, remember that pigs are cloven footed, but they ain't got a split hoof and they don't chew the cud. Go ahead. So also take that into consideration also.
And cheweth the cud.
And cheweth the cud, which means what? They regurgitate their food and chew it back again. That's what that means. Go ahead.
Among the beasts.
Someone used to say chew the cud, meant to eat grass.
Yeah.
That's what someone used to go ahead.
Among the beasts that shall ye eat.
And this is among the beasts that you shall eat. So the beasts that eat, this is what they have to do. They have to be cloven footed. They have to chew the cud, which means they like regurgitate their food and whatnot. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud.
Says these what?
These shall ye not eat of them that chew of the cud.
So now there's some animals that chew the cud. Animals that digest their food perfectly fine and whatnot. There's some of them that you can't eat because what? They haven't got the other requirements. So it's more than one requirement. This is the other requirement. These ones have one requirement, but not the other. Go ahead.
Of them that divide the hoof as a camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. So now a camel chews the cud, but he doesn't divide the hoof. So you can't eat camels. So these Arabs eat camels, man. Arabs is so weird. This is what they do. They'll ride the camel to their destination and they eat the camel. How are you getting back from your destination? That's your transport. It's like driving your car and then blowing up your car. Like, how are you getting back home? A camel is their transport. How are you going to eat your transport? Like, these other nations is so silly, man. And this is why the Lord gave us law, so we don't be as silly as these other nations. Go ahead. He divideth not the hoof.
He does what?
Divideth not the hoof.
So a camel, it chews the cud, but it don't divide the hoof, so you can't eat it for that reason. So these clean beasts that you can eat have to have all the requirements. They have to have a split hoof, chew the cud, and have a split hoof and the cloven footed. Go ahead.
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
Unclean to
He is
you.
unclean to you. So the Lord's telling you right there, it's unclean to you, which means if you touch that or eat that, you're going to be riddled with diseases, man. Because it's unclean to you. Meaning, don't eat it, man. It tells you in the top of the verse, these are the beasts that you can eat, and this is one that you can't eat. So if you eat this, you're going to get a ton of diseases, and then you're going to cry to the Lord, and the Lord's going to be like, why should I listen to you when I told you not to eat it? Like, prevention is better than cure, man. Just don't eat it. The Lord said, don't eat it, so just don't eat it. It's not hard. Go ahead.
And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
A coney is a what to me? Rabbit, yeah, coney, that's it. So you can't be eating rabbit now. I'm sure Chinese people eat like rabbit soup, right? They eat rabbit soup and all of these things. We ain't meant to be eating rabbits. The Lord said the coney is unclean to us. So we ain't meant to be eating rodents and conies and all these stuff. Go ahead.
He is unclean unto you.
He is unclean unto you, man. He's unclean to us. And also bats and everything else is unclean. People used to think a bat was a bird, but it's a bat is a mammal, which is like a rodent. So it's like a bat's near enough the same as a rat. Most people think a bat's a bird, right?
Yeah, could fly.
Yeah, I know. And also when you look at a bat doesn't have feathers. Like, look at a bird, they'll tell you that all birds have feathers and a bat ain't got feathers, so a bat ain't a bird. So obviously, I know you watch Batman and whatnot. I think Batman's a bird and Batman's a bird and Superman's a bird, and obviously they're not birds. A bat is a mammal, and this is what Chinese people eat. They eat things which God said we shouldn't eat. Go ahead.
And the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof.
And the hair's a rabbit as well, right? Yeah, a hair's a rabbit as well. Hold that, but pull me one scripture, pull me that one there. This shall be wisdom in the sight of the nation. I believe it's 4:17, is it?
4:17.
I'm sure it's probably around there. 4:17. So all these nations, they eat these wild stuff. They eat squid. And what's the expensive one? It sounds nice and so. Is calamari? People talk about calamari. And listen, what is calamari? Oh no, it's unclean. Calamari and squid. And then now people make out like what was it, that one? Try 26 or something. Around it. Is it 17? I can't remember where it is. I swear it was close to there. But yeah, people eat prawns and shrimp, and now lobster's like the in thing now, right? Amongst black people. Listen, you speak to a woman, if you ain't taking her for a lobster, listen, these women's outgrown the steak now. It used to be steak season about 3 years ago. 3 years ago it was steak season. Now they want that lobster, man. But obviously lobster's unclean, man. And even if she insists she's eating lobster, you say, yo, not on my money. You say, not on my money, not why you me not eating that. She's gonna have to settle for a wild steak, and you can be miserable together. But black people shouldn't be eating lobster and all of them things. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations.
So these laws is our wisdom, makes us wise, man, in the sight of the nations. Now these other nations are supposed to look at us and be like, why don't black people get sick? You know why? Because we keep God's laws, man. We've got adultery law. Chinese people are supposed to look at us and be like, those people are so wise, they ain't got no coronavirus. I wonder why they don't have coronavirus. And then we can charge them for the game. Like, give this much money and I'll tell you why we ain't got coronavirus. I'm going to charge them and say, listen, this is what you do, man. You follow this. You don't eat no bats. You don't eat no pork. You don't eat no shrimp, crab, lobster. This is our wisdom in the sight of the nation, man. We're supposed to see these nations with high blood pressure and diabetes, and they're supposed to look at our dinner men like, why are those black people so strong, man? Why are these black people still jogging in the 70 plus? Why do these black people look so fresh? And the women say, you know why? We've got a dietary law, man. We know what to eat and what not to eat, man. We have the tree of life, man. That's what we meant to say to them.
They kind of do that already now. How people say, I slavery, like, how come black people stay so young, man? Mm-hmm. Like, white people there. I saw a white girl with a birthday badge on it today. I was like, shit, she's 30, man. She looks old, man. And they say to her, how come that looks so good, man? How is it, man? Why is it not skin, man? And they do it now. You know what I mean? See?
And they do it now, man. It's for real. Like black people, you see black people that take care of themselves, that don't do drugs, that don't smoke. Brothers in their 40s, listen, there was a brother who was about 45, he looked about 20 to me, man. Black people, we age well, man. Whereas all these other nations, Chinese people age terribly, man. Chinese people have wrinkles from when they come out the womb, man. And the Esau, listen, Esau ages terribly. Yeah, Esau was born at probably 40. I'll say he's born at 40. When he's born, he looks 40 when he's born, man. They look old, and you look at them like. So there's one that works with me. I thought he looked about 15. I said, you're a bit young for a job. He said, no, he didn't look 15. I mean, he looked about 50. I was like, yeah, you're a bit old for this job. And he said, how old was he? He said, he's 19. That was it. He said, he's 19. I thought it was like 50 with multiple qualifications, man. He said, he's 19. I was like, damn. Life's hitting hard. And he said, they're born
bold anyway, so show lose the head for the board. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation.
So Lord gave us these laws, man, and people are meant to look at us and say, this is a great nation, and this is a wise people. You know why? Because we ain't got no coronavirus. We ain't running around with masks on our face, and 29 of us dropping dead from eating bat soup. I mean, nowadays, even black people outside of the truth know not to eat cats and dogs. Black people outside it, even ones outside of the truth know not to eat bat soup. There's certain things that black people do, and there's certain things that black people won't do. Cats and dogs, black people, they don't do that yet. Who's saying they might not do it one day, but for now, black people, they're wiser than that. There's certain things we don't do. Like, there's certain things black people do, certain things black people don't do. And cats and dogs and bats and rabbit soup, and listen, man, black people don't do that, man. We just stick to the chicken soup. It's good enough for us, man. Pea soup is good enough for us. We don't need no bat soup. Like, what makes you want to try that? Like, everything you see, you don't need to eat, man. But you see people without these laws and without wisdom, Everything they see, they have to eat it. Everything they see, man. Yeah, go ahead.
And understanding people. For what nation is there so great?
For what nation is what?
So great.
So they're meant to say, what nation is there so great, man? While everybody else is dropping dead with diabetes and high blood pressure and all these diseases, they're meant to say, yo, them black people don't get none of this. I wonder why they don't get it. And they're meant to look at us and see that we only eat clean stuff, what God said we could eat. And then these nations will be like, you know what, if we want to preserve our life, maybe we should follow them, man. Maybe we should eat how they eat. But nowadays, they want to sell you everything. And honestly, I'd stay away from these Chinese shops if I was you. It's been a long time since I've ate Chinese, and these Chinese people sell you anything for a bit of money. Honestly, they probably gave you, everyone's probably had a bit of done before from these Chinese shops. If you eat at these Chinese shops, you probably see that sweet and sour chicken. It's probably not really chicken. They probably just put the same seasonings on whatever cheaper meat they can get and give it to you. Like, these Chinese people don't have morals. And the thing is this, we go to these other nations thinking that they have morals when they don't have morals. Chinese people are filthy, like they don't wash their hands and they're horrible, man. Do you really think they clean all the... Listen, read on, because if you ate Chinese last night, you're probably going to be sick, but go ahead.
For what nation is there so great we have God so nigh to them?
For what nation is there so great that have God so nigh to them, that God gave them a dietary law, man, that God gave them laws to keep them away from sickness, that God gave them laws that will keep them out of the hospital, man, that God gave them laws that will keep them off the cancer ward, man, that God gave them laws that will keep them out the AIDS ward, man. Listen, all these laws that God gave us will keep us from these places, man. God said what? A man shouldn't lie with a man, which means what? If you don't be gay, you'll stay out the AIDS ward, man. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, you don't need to make everything too scientific and jump through a hoop backwards and make it difficult. The Bible tells you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Even if you don't understand it, just don't do it. But go ahead.
We have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord God is in all things that we call upon him for.
Listen, man, the Lord's with us, man. And you can go to the chapter. No, let me show you.
Leviticus 11 and...
Like, the Lord's with us, man. And the Lord with us in the I.S.U.P.K. And this is why we can tell you what to eat, what not to eat, man. We can tell you what to do and what not to do. Because the Lord is with the I.S.U.P.K, man, because his prophets reside here, man. Go ahead.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be cloven.
Now the swine, he divides the hoof and he's cloven footed. Now there's two of the requirements, but these beasts have to have all three of the requirements in order for them to be clean. So the Bible's giving you an example, because if the Lord didn't put the example in there, you know what black people do? Black people say, he divides the hoof, so I'm allowed to have it. So the Lord's telling you, though he divides the hoof, he's making it clear and plain and simple for you. Just so you love for pork, don't, make you blank out the words on the page. But go ahead.
And be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Yet he what?
Cheweth not the cud.
So the pig don't chew up, the pig cheweth not the cud. You don't digest the speed right and whatnot and regurgitate it. So now you can't eat pork, and this is a big one in our community. Our people want to eat pork all day long. Yeah, no,
Okay. He is unclean to you.
He is what?
Unclean to you.
So it's unclean unto you, and eating it is going to make you sick, man. It's that simple. The Lord said it's unclean to you. So if the Lord says something's unclean and you're putting it in your body, it's going to make you sick, man. There's a reason why the Lord said you shouldn't eat it. Now, everything is on the earth for a purpose, but not everything is for food. Not everything is for food. The Lord's told you what food is and what isn't food, and the pig ain't food, man. The pig is like the garbage can that eats up all the trash and whatnot. The camel is what? Probably how you transport yourself and whatnot back in the days. You ain't supposed to eat these things, but these nations see it and think, ooh, let's put it in the pot and give it a go. They put crabs in the pot and everything. The Lord said you ain't supposed to consume those things because they're unclean, which is going to make you sick. Go ahead.
Nothing. 7 verses.
All right, and read that. We're going to do because we're strapped for time, we're going to do the Lord's Prayer, and we are here. Also, today, 3 p.m., we got the lecture, man. 3 p.m., BAE 5PW 394 Lodge Road. How European supremacists destroyed black people, man. Listen, we got tons of slides in this lecture. Come on down to the lecture at 3 p.m. I expect to see you lined up at the door all the way down the street at 3 p.m., man. I expect to see queues outside the door, man. 3 p.m. First come, first serve.
Shalom. Abanawa, Shabbat, Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shamkar, Yahweh, Malakavka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Ba'shemayim, Nafanina, Nakam, Ka, Yuwam, Wasalak now, Kabawak now, Kasalak now, Kabawak now, Wala'ah, Tabi'ainawa, Wanasayawak, Abba, Hawashayna, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalaka, Waha'ala, Wahapara, La'awalam, Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
as
As it is in heaven.
As it is in
Give
heaven.
us this day.
Give us today
Our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debt
Forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And lead
debtors.
us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the
And
kingdom
the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
So be it. Okay, Shalom Israel. We'll see you at 3 p.m. BAE 5PW 394. Shalom.